I thought it was time for me to start talking about things other than the Mario games. Technically, it is a Mario. Technically, they are Mario games, but they're in their own separate category, specifically in a spin-off. And the spin-off series I remember the most personally is Luigi's Mansion. Luigi's Mansion has always been that kind of outside Mario series that I always felt like it had something more to it, and I just wanted more. I always felt like it was the most interesting, like, as far as spin-off series go. It's not a Mario sports game or Mario and Luigi game, Paper Mario game, nothing like that. It's Luigi going around capturing ghosts. And first of all, like, the main character is Luigi, not even Mario, but I've already been talking about way too long. I thought it was time that I rank the Luigi's Mansion games. This is just going to be a ranking, but I hope to have a video up soon where it's going to be a long video, like an hour and a half, where I look at each game individually in depth, all in one big video. But as of right now, I'm just going to focus on ranking them, so let's get started. Coming in at number 4, this might be shocking to some of you, but it is 100% Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon in last place. Now, I thought the game was fun for what it was, but living up to the hype, or living up to the experience that I had with the original for the GameCube just had so much atmosphere and so much, like, it was just different. It was just a feeling that no other game in the series has ever captured, like in the original game, not even Luigi's Mansion 3. And I feel like, I don't know, Dark Moon just lacked that atmosphere. It was a lot more goofier. There was a lot more, or they focused a lot and put in a lot of slapstick comedy into the game, which was fine, I guess. But again, compared to the original game, it just wasn't as fun, or, like, you know, atmosphere wasn't like the first original game's atmosphere was pretty, like, gloomy. Now, the original game wasn't downright terrifying, but it's still, like, it felt different. Like, the rooms were actually dark. Dark Moon, there's no point in having a flashlight since the rooms are already completely lit for the most part. It makes you question why he even has a flashlight. There's a reason why he has a flashlight in the original. And, you know, the boos aren't as satisfying to get. In Dark Moon, you just bounce them across the room, whatever. In the original game, they actually, especially toward the end of the game in the original, they actually, you know, felt, you know, different. And they had different health bars and stuff like that. And it felt rewarding when you finally captured them. The Scare mode I thought was okay for what it was. I thought the Scare mode was okay. I had slight connection issues with it, but that's most likely because my internet definitely is not the greatest. Another thing is, I hated the mission select. Now, I get it. It was on the 3DS, you know, they put it to a portable system, but I feel like Luigi's Mansion to me has always felt like a home console game. Like, it never felt like a portable game to me. And Dark Moon I felt really lacked when it came to having, you know, being on a portable system, the 3DS. And it was just a problem that I had overall in the game for the most part. The boss ghosts, the quote-unquote boss ghosts in the game, they're not interesting. Only one I really remember was the stairs that took, like, forever to get up to, and the spider. Those are the only two I really remember. The problem with Dark Moon is that a lot of it was very forgettable for me, and I also felt like, you know, the ghosts felt too simple compared to what they were in the original. So overall, Dark Moon, number 4, it's the worst in the series by far. Coming in at number 3, I have the original Luigi's Mansion remake on the 3DS. Now, The Luigi's Mansion remake on 3DS, for the most part, I felt was good. One of the biggest issues I have with it, though, why on the 3DS, why not remake it to the Switch? And maybe a big reason was because they already had Luigi's Mansion 3 on the Switch. In fact, I'm pretty sure that this 3DS remake for the original game was as a placeholder, and the 3DS was already in its later years. Like, the remake came out in 2018, the 3DS was already in its late years. It was already in its senior years, and again, for the most part, it was okay. But it just doesn't have the same, like, it has a way better atmosphere than Dark Moon, being off the original game. But, like, as far as models and stuff go, the game also has, you know, brighter lighting, due to the lighting, of course, being different from the 3DS and the GameCube. But yeah, overall, I did not like Luigi. Luigi had a lot of connection issues for me when I tried to do co-op, and it was only local co-op. It wasn't even, there was no online co-op, and I just did not like that at all. And overall, yeah, I mean, I like that you could use the Circle Pad Pro, unlike Dark Moon, to give it the feel like the original with the 2 sticks with the GameCube controller, because the 3DS in default only has 1, unless you're using a new model which has that little circle pad thing, but it doesn't work that good. So overall, yeah, the Luigi's Mansion 3DS remake, again, it's it's okay, but it could have been so much more, and I felt like they just didn't try as hard with this remake as they could have if they ported it to the Switch or whatever the case. Coming in number 2, it is Luigi's Mansion 3. Now, I thought about it for a long time, and yeah, the original is my favorite, but Luigi's Mansion 3 I thought was a great game. It's the first game in, what was it, like 18 years? Because Luigi's Mansion 3 released in 2019, Halloween Day. But overall, yeah, I liked that it went back to the roots of, you know, you could actually go around and explore. The mission aspect is completely gone from Dark Moon, and I love that. The Scarescraper felt a lot better in this game, and overall, yeah, the Scream Park game mode, I didn't play that much of it, but for the most part, it was fine from what I played through. Capturing Boos is the most satisfying in this game, because you just slam them on the ground and the slamming feels great. You have it's kind of like a jump in this game, the burst move where you jump up in the air with your poltergeist. It's kind of like a jump. And of course, the inclusion of Luigi I thought was an interesting concept, and I think that they should keep him for a Luigi's Mansion 4 or future Luigi's Mansion games in the future. Yeah, overall, I liked the hotel aspect. Weird how they didn't call it Luigi's Hotel or something. Then again, they did do Hotel Mario, and look at how bad that game was. But overall, I liked this game a lot. I enjoyed 100%ing through it. I enjoyed collecting everything, going through it. The bosses were definitely memorable than in 100% more memorable in Dark Moon than Dark Moon. I liked the boiler room, the interesting ideas where you have to use a duck floaty to maneuver most of the level. You have to switch back and forth between Luigi in quite a bit of places. I liked this game. I thought it was very interesting with its ideas, and it kind of branched off and definitely felt like a superior sequel. In my opinion, Luigi's Mansion 3 is a real sequel to the original game. Sure, Dark Moon was fine, but I feel like Luigi's Mansion 3 just knocked it out of the park, and even though it's not my favorite, it is very well close at number 2. But overall, yeah, I thought it was very fun just slamming a ghost. I felt like capturing ghosts was a bit overpowered in Luigi's Mansion 3, because with the slam, you can also slam it into other ghosts, and, you know, I thought that it made it a bit more overpowering because you can damage other ghosts with the slam. But overall, yeah, I felt like it was a great feature to have and would like to see it in a Luigi's Mansion 4 and other features along that they could introduce to the franchise. Coming in at number 1, it is Luigi's Mansion GameCube, Luigi's Mansion the original Luigi's Mansion 2001, whatever you want to call it, is number 1. This game is the most memorable for me. This is the game, I've completed this game so many times. Literally the only real issue I've had with it all these years is just how short the game is. The game I can beat, like if I'm not going for money or anything, I can beat the game in 2 hours. 2 hours, and that's me like barely even trying like to go as fast as I can. As fast as I can, I could probably beat it in like an hour and 45 minutes. This is a very short game, but I love the portrait ghost. You know, the bosses were very memorable. Chauncey, Bogmire, Boolossus, and of course King Boo. And even though they're short, they're just super memorable. Like I said, there's a lot to like about this game, and the money was satisfying indeed to collect. I like the way you captured ghosts in this game, the way you used your flashlight. You actually had to think about what ghosts you wanted to capture first if there were multiple, because it wasn't like Dark Moon or Luigi's Mansion 3 where you had a strobe light and you could, you know, like it wasn't as difficult, and definitely was a lot easier in those games compared to the original. And I like the way that you of course maneuvered. You know, you used both sticks to capture ghosts instead of one like in the original. I mean, like in Dark Moon and Luigi's Mansion 3. And overall, yeah, this game is super fun. If you haven't played it for whatever reason, go play it. Just find a way, even if you can only play it through the 3DS remake, then play that. It's the closest thing to it. Of course, if you have a computer, you can get an emulator of it. But overall, yeah, this was just a great game, great experience. And usually every Halloween season, I complete it because it's a short game and it's still fun for me to complete all these years. So anyway, guys, there you have it. That is going to do it for my ranking on the Luigi's Mansion series. Now, I am missing Luigi's Mansion Arcade. That would be worse than Dark Moon. That would be number 5. I don't consider that its own game at all. That's just something kind of extra. But anyways, yeah, I'm hoping to have that long hour and a half video where I'm going to be talking about all the games in the franchise, going in detail with each one. And yeah, hopefully you stay tuned for that. And yeah, let me know in the comments, what would you rank the games, and if you haven't played all them, which ones have you played and what would you rank them. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.